This club's not just for some. All friends, one family, together we are one.
Hello.
Is it recording?
It's recording.
It is, yeah. It normally comes up on my screen, but it didn't this time.
You're
so
too
we are
busy
recording. Never.
Get your hair out of your eyes.
But it'll catch me on a thumbnail one way or another. Hello.
Hello.
What's the crack? We're back.
We are
Another
back indeed.
episode.
Another week, another episode. Yep.
Yep.
Episode
10?
10, is it?
10.
10, I think. Who would have thought? Whether we'll get any more, we'll see. Not far off the mid-season break.
Yeah.
Although it's not really the mid-season, because it's halfway through the second round of games.
Yeah, we're getting close to the halfway point now. So
We are indeed.
Look, I'll keep my gripes to myself. Anyway, Nigel, what are we doing today?
we have a action-packed show. No, not really. There's not very much this week. It's going to be a shorter show than usual, I suppose. But as normal, we have the 500 Club results, the third draw for May, I think. We have the highlights from Dundalk, featuring a dreadful water-soaked camera angle of a goal. Yeah, and then we're just going to preview the double header this weekend of Drogheda and Waterford. So there you go.
Stuff.
As always, we are brought to you by Kinnegar.
Kinnegar? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not drinking for a change. Look, athlete.
You say so.
Sure. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, thanks, Kinnegar. I know Carl got given his goodies after the game on Friday.
Yeah, Carl, he was very happy to receive his stuff.
Yeah.
And
we have
we
no
also
proof of it,
also have a photo of
Do we?
Jack Galt right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack was the supporters winner. As it turned out, he was under the age of 18, so we couldn't give him any drinks, but his father was very happy to receive a couple of cans.
Look, nothing like making your dad proud, is there?
Anyway.
Oh, well done, Jack. 500 Club.
500 Club, yes, here we go.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the third 500 Club draw for May 2021. We're making it here at half-time at the Harps versus Dundalk match, where we're currently leading 1-0 thanks to Barry McNamee's wonder strike. Making the draw with me is Kosovar Siddiqui, setting out this one for us, but he's going to help me out with the draw. Boss, give that a wee spin and just pick out a wee tile out of there, please. Anyone at all. This is for €300. 38. Okay, number 38 is David McElwain from Moyle and Milford, a long-running member of the club. Another one now for €100, please. Whoa, almost disaster.
68.
68 blue, which is, when I get there, Jared McHugh, Donegal Street, Ballybofey. And one more number now for the last €100.
96.
96. And it's a white number, that means it's a GoFundMe entry. And it belongs to the Manchester City Supporters Club. Thanks very much, Cos. Thanks to all the members. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
And
Well
there
done.
you are. That's the results.
Good stuff.
Yep.
And 500 Club keeps ticking on, and we had a lovely big flag in the background there, and thanks to Cos for doing the draw for us.
Yeah, that was great. I'll pretend I saw that. And if you're not in the 500 Club, make sure to join. Keep us kicking on.
Oh, Jesus. Do you want to just redo that for a minute?
Yeah, so weekend passed, we had Dundalk coming to town. Interesting game. Here's some highlights.
Nattestad for Leahy. Brilliant from Barry McNamee to win it back here for Harps, and he drills in the cross for Foley. Nattestad got something on it. Foley, back for McNamee, and Barry McNamee! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! And fully deserved too. Finn Harps make the breakthrough, and it's an absolute thunderbolt from Barry McNamee. A special strike from a special player.
Oh, he's had a couple of sighters earlier on, but there'll be no ball he'll strike as well as that tonight. That is a cracking goal from Barry McNamee, and again, good work from Adam Foley to set him up and winning the ball back, and that is a great finish. Ollie will be definitely delighted with that one.
Foley losing out in the air to Andy Boyd. It'll break though for McNamee. Here's Adam Foley and O'Sullivan. There'll be an opportunity here for Harps for a second goal. O'Sullivan fizzes a shot right across the face of goal. Could so easily have been 2-0 to Finn Harps.
Oh, another great passage of play by Harps, and I think they've got a corner. And again, if it does drop, then I'd expect Paul Hegarty to make some changes from the bench, because they have something to hold on to. But again, Dundalk are starting to press.
Duffy's cross, and it's headed in, and that's the equalising goal, and that's what they do. It was a rather poked effort. Dundalk will come again though, with Yarkovskis delivering towards the back post, looking for Mitskogan, and the ball is tipped over the top by Mark Anthony McGinley. What an important save that was to keep it at 1-1.
Oh, great break from Dundalk, and a great save from Mark Anthony McGinley from Mitskogan. It's important that Finn Harps keep their concentration and defend this. This is very dangerous, and Dundalk have committed a lot of players forward here.
They certainly have. As the free kick is driven goalwards, and McGinley again makes a fine save, just pushing the ball onto the crossbar, and that's a super save.
Oh, great save from Mark Anthony McGinley, and great technique from Junior. He's really struck that really well, and that's inches from going into the goal.
Yeah, Ronaldo-esque there from Junior, producing an excellent save there, Mark Anthony McGinley.
Yep.
As we said, interesting game. There was some highlights.
Would you say it was like a game of two halves?
To use the old cliche,
Yeah, but it actually was too, is the thing. I think that first 45 was probably up there with the best we've played this year in terms of just, movement going forward. We could have had 3, 4, or 5 goals, and you wouldn't have kind of thought we didn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely,
then,
yeah. Look, we came away from the Bowls game saying that's just probably one of our worst performances we put in years, and to turn around then and put in that first half against Dundalk, it was you couldn't bounce back in a better way, really. And a cracker of a goal by Barry. We could have put in 1 or 2 more as well, but look, as you say, a game of two halves. Second half, Dundalk are still a top class side. They're going through a rough patch, but they have some players that would walk into any team in this league. They have a budget miles above anyone else in this league. They're going to click at some stage, and that second half showed that they still have a bit of bite in them. Going into the game, most Harps fans would have said you're happy enough with the point. And we came away with the point, and it was a good point, really. It's after the Bowls game, as I said, it was just about bouncing back, and I think we bounced back pretty well, to be honest.
yeah, no, I think we can be happy with the performance. Like you said, it was a good point, especially, if you maybe a little disappointed, but then the last maybe 15 minutes for Dundalk really pushed on, and there was a few great saves by McGinley, and they maybe spurned a couple of chances. We nearly got away with one in some ways, although we probably deserved the draw after how good we were in the first half.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Again, first half not great. Oh, first half, sorry, was very good. Second half not as good. We just felt we kind of took the foot off the gas for a bit, maybe. We kind of got away with it, if you will, from we're under a lot of pressure during the second half, but we were well worth the point, if you will.
We talk about the size of that Dundalk team. Hold on a second.
Jesus.
They are like the monsters. The size of people say, "Oh, Finn Harps is a big team."
Yeah,
They're massive.
Yeah,
Your
it's
man-
like some
your
of their
man in the back.
players, like
Jesus.
Nattestad, Sonny
Yeah.
Nattestad, Will
Yeah.
Zahibo,
Massive.
Eric Mitskogan,
whatever.
big
that's
players.
Like,
They're all 6'7".
sorry, hold on a minute. I was like, playing against the Himalayas. Like, I don't know what people are on about saying, "Oh, Finn Harps are a big team," and And then in some ways, obviously Koss was out and we missed Koss,
Yeah.
in the middle because, he's a big unit himself. I think he would have liked run up against
Zahibo
Niskanen
and
and,
the likes, yeah.
yeah, kind of giving him a good battle, like even against George A. Kelly
Yeah.
earlier in the season, Koss was kind of in a good physical battle with him, so he would have been up for that. So that's maybe something that went against us, but the size of them boys.
Yeah, you'd be talking about Mark Coyle had plenty of players in his pocket this year, but he would have trouble fitting Zahibo in there.
Yeah.
He had a partial motel for Zahibo for the first half at least, but then I think he had Zahibo. He comes in with a kind of good bit of pedigree. He was international. He's been an MLS All-Star a couple of years ago, and he kind of played quite well in the second half. In fairness to him.
Yeah, the aerial battles between Zahibo and Barry McNamee were interesting to say the least.
Even with Barry's couple of extra inches on top of his head.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I was
Afro
gonna say,
helps. Yeah.
Lax and height makes up for in hair. But no, look, I mean, good point. And like Nigel, you've already said, the most important thing was to put a good shift in and kind of get back to a good performance and get a result, and that's what we did.
Yeah, put the Bose performance behind us and move on.
Yeah, it's funny. I had an interesting text after the game as well. That Mark Anthony McGinley was looking for the footage of his save, so I hope he's tuned in to watch it there in the highlights.
Yeah. The save? What?
The big save from the free at the end of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flies over.
Yeah, our good friend Thomas Hughes forwarded on a message to me. He says, "Get that man to give me on the footage of that save." So I hope Mark's been watching out for it here.
Can't Mark it out tuning in. Sell as an NFT maybe.
So yeah.
So that was that.
Quick turnaround now. We have a double header again this week. The games are coming pretty thick and fast. Another midweek game as well, so it's going to test the squad again, especially with our couple of lads playing through injury and a couple of lads injured. This is going to be a tough test for the squad this weekend, especially against a Drogheda side on Friday that are really kind of flying high at the minute. They've surpassed expectations probably this season so far, no more than ourselves.
Yeah,
they're flying at the minute, and Tim Clancy has been playing some great this couple of the goals they scored last week were unbelievable. So that's going to be a very, very tough game for us, in particular.
Yeah,
they Waterford on Monday as well. So.
They battered Pats on Friday. A couple of them were great goals that you might not score every week because they were top drawer. But like you said, they're a very good team, especially at home. I think I will say that their ground suits their play style perfectly. It's very narrow, very tight, and they know how to win on that pitch. You know what I mean? They've run every team close. Even Shamrock Rovers had to score in like the last minute against them, to get a win there. So they'll definitely be calling with no fear. And we played them already, and we were kind of in some respects maybe lucky to get away with a point in that one too. Once they kicked on in the kind of second part of the second half, they could have beat us down there. So it'll be a good game. Interesting to see how they fare coming now to Finn Park and after we put in a good performance the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's kind of to paraphrase Ollie in a way that we rode our luck a bit down in Drogheda. They had a couple of late chances down there, and they, as I said, they've sort of surpassed expectations, but they've good experience in there. Like that I think I said that at the start of the season to a couple of uses that the big thing for Drogheda this year was keeping players fit. And they've done that, they've kept Dane Massey, Gary Deegan fit and interested, and they're firing in all cylinders. Our own old friend Danny O'Reilly's having a great season as well, centre half for them, and your man Jordan Brown then is having a fantastic season at right back.
James Brown,
sorry.
Before people give out in the comments,
I
they
feel
have
good
some,
after that.
They have some good players, and even like you said, Gary Deegan. He's played every minute so far this season for them, or at least almost. He had up until maybe last week, and I think maybe this year we're maybe seeing a bit more of the Gary Deegan Shells fans thought they might see last season. He has been bossing games, and he's really even the game we were at in Drogheda, he was a force after Mark Hoyle and Seymour had started the season so well. Yeah. And he was just immense, and it's he's really annoying to watch when you're rooting against him.
Because I remember that one time in that game, the two of us looked around at each other when Deegan made a massive sliding tackle and just hooked the ball out from, I think it was Carlos
I think
Sullivan at the time.
it was Carl or maybe Coyle. It was on the breakaway. It was one of the two.
It was on the
and
breakaway,
break.
and it was just this mad sliding tackle, and the two of us just looked around at each other, just like, you have to appreciate that from an opposition player. Like,
Yeah.
as you say, when Deegan's in that sort of form, you know, he's top class. As you say, Shells fans expected that last year. They might have got it for the first half of the season. He kind of faded away the second half of the season, but you know, he's definitely a man on fire at the minute.
Yeah. And then after that, we have on the Monday night we have Waterford. Now, I'm just gonna say Waterford away on a Monday night at 7:45 is
The tough going
fixture is
Yeah.
scandalous.
Yeah.
I don't know, FAI, if you're not watching this, but if this gets back to you, like,
That's it.
just what are you at? You know, where does that go? Oh, that's a good idea. Send that part-time team down the other end of the country on a Monday evening.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem for us, I think, is possibly a new manager bounce at Waterford as well.
Could be.
Their new manager, Mark Birchall, I think his name.
Bircham,
Yes,
yeah.
that's two names I got wrong now. Great. Bircham,
QPR.
I've seen him posting on Twitter there that he's really seems to be doing his research. He's been watching away back at games. He's been in around touring the training facilities, and you know, it's the little things that you didn't see from previous managers. You know, kind of showing an interest in the club, showing an interest in the town itself, and showing an interest in the opposition teams in the league. And, you know, he seems that he's well up for this, and
Yeah.
you kind of hope that the not that the players don't respond to it. You know, you don't wish
But
any team to do crap in the league.
there's
But like, for
not
this
that,
game,
like,
please do
yeah,
crap.
we'd like if they take a couple of weeks to kind of hit form. We don't want the new manager bounce when we come down the road kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, it'll be tough on our lads too, because that's a lot of travel and a lot of game time, because it's 3 games in a week again.
Yeah.
You know, we'll need to rotate, but we've shown there is quality. Like Stevie Doherty again
Did
came
really
in and
well,
started against Dundalk. We didn't mention it when we were talking about the game, but he was fantastic.
He was
Yeah, it was
absolutely
very
phenomenal.
good. Very good.
There was a few free kicks he won where his feet were just too quick for the likes of Hebo, Andy Boyle. These are, you know, established pros, and he's just nipping it around them. So I think the more he can play, I think he looked more comfortable than he did against Shamrock Rovers. He looked like, you know, it'll take him a couple of games, you know, to kind of come in and start and kind of get used to it and feel confident in himself. But we've started to see that now, and I think there's definitely far more to come.
Big one for him is the change of position as well, though. You know, he wouldn't have been used to playing that, you know, wide left role. You know, he was your centre midfielder. He was your anchor man there for the 19s a couple of years ago, and you know, it's a totally different role for him. So obviously he has to learn that role too. He has to, and he's kind of feeling his way in this season. And you know, if he keeps putting in performances like he did against Dundalk, he'd be hard to shift out of there. You know, it was fantastic for that first 45. You know, we were talking at half time about a possible man of the match.
Yeah.
You know, for him, like, you know, it maybe obviously he faded a little bit in the second half. You kind of have to be honest about it. Like, but that's match fitness as well. Like, he hasn't played full 90s.
Full
and
games,
he hasn't played as much as other members of the squad. Like, you know, he still has his 6 or 7. What is it, 6 or 7 possibly appearances now this season? Has he got that much?
Something
4
like
or
that.
5
yeah.
anyway. He's come off the bench.
Maybe
a couple of
5
times
or
as well.
6. He's a couple of starts and then a few off the bench. Yeah, so
he's,
you know, he'll,
you know, the match fitness will come for him as well. So that's a big thing. You know, you can't expect a man to come in and play 90 minutes against a team as physical as Dundalk and be able to last those 90 at the same tempo that he started out at.
yeah, and hopefully with the kind of games coming up, there might be a bit of time for, you know, the likes of Ryan Connolly and even Connor Barry to get a bit more, you know, to get some playing time or a bit more and get, you know, minutes in the legs on their way back from injury, which will also be, you know, they're quality players. It's not just, throw them on and get them back fit. They will help us enormously when they're on the pitch, you know.
Definitely add more. Just to touch on Mark Bircham, who comes into Waterford this week, I believe, or last week, to take on their management role. This is his first kind of full-time management role. Beforehand, he was caretaker as well as kind of coach in different places. He's obviously big in QPR back in England, but he also had stints in the US. So it's definitely interesting to see what he will bring to Waterford. I think, as Nigel said, he looks well up for it, and he looks really kind of really interested in getting going, and the community and the club itself. So from that angle, at least it's good for Waterford. So fair enough to them. Just don't do very good on Monday. Simple as that. But we wish you all the best. Other than that, in terms of the game, again, as you said, it's coming, thick and fast after the Friday to play on the Monday away for Waterford. These boys some of them would be, semi-professional, most of them. It's tricky to say the least, especially with the injuries we're kind of carrying and the fitness that we have around the place. It'll be interesting to see how we're going to cycle the squad between the 2 games or the 3 games if you look at next Friday as well. So it's that's a job for Ollie. If no man, no better man for that, and looking forward to see what he's got in store for us.
Yeah, it's well. Look, this is where the big squad comes in now as well. And even the 19s there. We've seen obviously Joe Bradley Walsh back on the bench again there against Dundalk. These lads they'll all be required for these games, and there's probably no better time as well for some of the lads to be coming back from injury. The likes of, obviously Big Shane's been in there this last game. You've I say Ryan Connolly coming back from injury, Connor Barry, Mark Timlin. These lads are all coming back into a little bit of fitness now, so it's good to see, and hopefully some of the rest of the lads that have their niggles and knocks and whatever they have, hopefully nothing too serious about them. So.
Speaking of Shane, I think we missed to say that I believe that was the first game he played against his brother in a competitive game or something like that.
Yeah, that's the first time like the 2 of them have played against each other in a competitive match at any level.
Yeah,
that's mad considering
I know Shane been in the League of Ireland for
exactly.
Shane was away for a couple of years, but so was Paddy, I suppose. But they've both still been in the league.
Quite a while,
so long.
Yeah.
So that is a bit.
But I suppose
mad,
the 2 of them were together at Derry for so long as well that.
That's true.
They play together, but not against each other. Yeah. But nice little thing for them.
Yeah.
So.
Nice way to wrap up the show there, isn't it?
There you go. Little FHTV facts. I suppose. Sorry to anyone that was expecting more content this week, but we just have all been
a long
quite busy, and that's whenever you're in the throes of the season and you're also trying to manage everything else going on, it can be tough to not go with just absolute nonsense either, which is what this is at this stage. So maybe we'll segue to the end.
I think we're losing viewers by the minute here, Ethan.
Okay, I'll shut up. Right, good to see you. Hopefully 6 points next time I talk to you.
All right. Let's not do any of the.
Let's not go into prediction game, but hopefully we'll be back next week. That's a hopefully.
I predict we'll be back next week.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Chaps.
Right. Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck.